There you are. Free as a spring cricket. I hope you intend to keep your word. We'll need each other out there. Of that I'm certain. The name's Norianwe, by the way, of Clan Durini. Pleased to meet. We're bound for a place called the Keyrights Gallery. But first, I need to know you can defend yourself. Hurtling through the Orbis and falling flat on your ear left you a bit scattered. Find a weapon, and we'll work out the cobwebs. Of course, I can't promise total transparency, but I'll be as forthcoming as I can. The Keyrights Gallery is an ancient substructure of Bolfiera Island, built long before my clan arrived. On account of all the doors, the gallery's full of ancient gates, each with some arcane connection to places in Tamriel and beyond. Once the gates came to life, rifts opened. You fell out of one of them. The Daedra, shy as hell, emerged from another. I cast an incantation of the steed, snatched you up, and fled as fast as my feet would carry me. I heard the Daedra cursing, followed by some kind of explosion, but I didn't look back. I hope that... Nothing irresponsible, if that's what you're asking. I'm a member of Clan Durini's Intelligence Guild, the Cinderella. More scholar than spy, I assure you. I was conducting some research in the gallery, then pop! You and that monster arrived. The gallery's always been a place of special interest for the guild, but we never quite cracked how it worked. Despite the dangers, this is our greatest breakthrough to date. The guild master will be ecstatic, provided we get it under control. Would it frustrate you to hear that I have no idea? We Dureni are cautious by nature, so the Isle of Bolfiera has many defenses. Magical stone guardians protect many... Ugh, do I have to? If I recall my studies correctly, I'd say it's a harvester. A huge serpentine creature that feeds on souls and magicka. If it finds a way to consume the energies of the gallery... Larger weapons like staves and great axes will take both hands to use. You can pair smaller weapons with a shield, or another weapon of that size. The choice is yours. Yes, I think that one suits you. If you change your mind, feel free to take any other weapon you want. Now, let's find a spot to practice. This is as good a place as any. Now, prepare yourself while I conjure up a dance partner. Let's begin. Quick, top marks. Hit it again. Impressive. Attack. Brilliant. Now do it again. Ready yourself. Quick. Strike while it's off balance. You're unnatural. Keep up the defense. Give it everything you've got. Raw strength, that. Wonderful. Protect yourself. Strike hard, now. Now some foes will try to restrain you. Quickly, break free. You're unstoppable. Be ready to break free. You broke loose. Again, make ready. You're every bit the warrior I thought you'd be. Now, again. Now press your advantage with a heavy attack. That was quite a blow. Again, hold its attack. Powerful strike. Interrupt now, before it strikes. When your enemy prepares an attack, strike. Interrupting their attack will set them off balance. Good, now destroy it. Well done. Come speak with me for a moment. With moves like that, the Daedra doesn't stand a chance. Yes, I'd say we're ready to set out. To reach the Keyride's gallery, we have to make it out of this ruin and across a wide field full of the golems I mentioned. With any luck, we'll be able to slip past them, but I'm not all that lucky, so I'm sorry in advance. Well, it begins with a door, the first of many. The only way to access the gallery is through a mysterious gateway. Once we pass through that initial door, we'll step into a huge... I believe Shiazel, the Daedric creature that's causing all this mischief, may have nested itself in there. So be prepared to fight. I can't say anything with certainty, but ridding the world of an otherworldly abomination can't hurt, right? Its influence might linger for a time, but the golems should return to normal before too long. One of the stray golems. We might want to sneak past it. Almost there. Let's hurry. Right. The entrance to the Keyride's gallery should be east of here. Let's set out. The Keyride's gallery is in here. let's head inside. Well, this is upsetting. Jeffers' bones. The surge of magicka created by the portals you came through. It must have cracked this sky shard. Without a functioning sky shard, this... Unless you have a set of enchanting tools and a working knowledge of meteoric empowerment theory, no, there's nothing for it. We need to find a replacement. I saw one in a vault just south of here a few days ago, but it was flanked by one of the island's more powerful golems. Normally, I'd say we should search for another option, but given the circumstances, I think we have to risk it. Of course, let's not tarry too long. Giant clusters of meteoric glass. They fall from Aetherius, charged with raw and very potent magicka. Mages use sky shards in all kinds of rituals and experiments. We Dureni use them as a power source. It's a monstrous sentinel called a gargoyle. I've never seen one fight, but by all accounts, they are far more powerful than the golems we've faced thus far. All right. Do you see that vault to the south? The sky shard is there. There it is! The sky shard! Roll to the side! Move! Now! Did you just absorb the energy of that shard? Incredible. Not quite what I intended, but we can work with this. Let's head back to the gate. All right. Focus on the sky shard. You did it! Let's respond to the power you absorbed and unlock the gate. I'm afraid we've reached the really scary bit. The Daedric creature responsible for all these portals waits just beyond that gate. Again, I'm just a scholar, but I'd encourage you to remember what we practiced before. Keep moving. There it is! Send it back to oblivion!
You, my new rise at last. Real world. Wither and die! Only I will remain. You cannot kill what cannot die.
You did it! Hopefully the gallery wasn't too badly damaged. Follow me! By all the stars! Look at the central column. I had no idea it was concealing something like this. Let's get a closer look. This is the Keyrights Gallery, but not as I remember it. Now I see why we never managed to unlock the gates. Their power comes from this arcane helix. Amazing. With the helix exposed, these gates can finally reopen. Perhaps not all of them at first, but enough to reach most of Tamriel. The question for you, I suppose, is where to first? Can you believe this? Just look around. With this arcane helix exposed, the chamber is positively because of you. Matters in Tamriel are bleak. War rages in Cyrodiil. Daedric princes conspire. Dragons ride the winds of elsewhere. The Second Era needs a savior. I believe the gallery. Perhaps even the Adamantine Tower itself. The Keyrights Gallery opened doors to every corner of Tamriel. Places I suspect that desperately need a hero's aid. This choice is yours to make, but wherever you choose to go, I'm sure adventure awaits. May the stars... So, have you chosen where to go? What region of the world strikes your fancy? Not everyone gets to pass instantly from one side of Tamriel to another, you know. This is quite a gift. What, me? No, I've got work to do. The Cinderil will want every bit of this place searched and studied. Since I did the discovering, I'll probably end up leading the effort. Adventure abroad sounds all well and good, but my place is here. Well, fate's sort of a clumsy way to put it. No offense. Honestly, we may never know why you were chosen. But I believe there was intention here. Something, whether it be the stars, the gallery, or the tower itself, placed you here for a reason. Perhaps it followed you to prevent you from reaching your... well... destiny sounds a bit too grandiose. Let's just say to stop you from reaching your potential. Then again, Maybe the power of this place brought you here. Probably not. But what's a life without unanswered questions, right? Boring, if you ask me. Ha! An elf can hope. Answering that question will probably keep me occupied for the next 100 years. Is the helix connected to the adamantine tower? How does it perceive distant corners of Tamriel? I may never understand it, but I'll do my best. It is a bit overwhelming, isn't it? The whole of Tamriel is stretched out before you. We could start with the political considerations. 3 great alliances vie for control of Cyrodiil. Does the fate of the Pact, Covenant, or Dominion interest you? I don't blame you. Interprovincial intrigue is the basis of my whole profession, and even I find it tiresome after a while. I suppose that why... Well, as I said before, threats to Tamriel have grown like weeds practically everywhere. Would you prefer to spend time among my elven kin, the Khajiit of Certainly. One of these gates appear to go to Western Skyrim, a hermitical kingdom of Nords led by King Svargrin. The other leads to Blackwood, at the southern tip of Cyrodiil. Imperial remnants rule there. The Nords of Western Skyrim are inhospitable, to put it lightly. Even so, we've been able to glean a few things. I've read reports about increased vampiric activity in the region. Never a good sign. They need stout adventurers to deal with it. According to our spies, the land of the catfolk is in sorry shape. Imperial holdouts sit upon the throne and a rage of dragons spilled out of the halls of Colossus, burning everything in their path. If it's adventure you seek, you'll find it there. It appears this one leads to Bleak Rock, a frigid Nord holding, north of Eastmarch. For this gate to choose such a remote location, something important must be taking place there. The gallery is beckoning you to face it. It appears this one leads...
We submit to your will and call forth the chains of cold.
They're performing a ritual, preparing the way for a dark anchor.
Opening rift to oblivion.
It's worse than we thought. The plane melt has begun.
The portals reach from our side to theirs. That means there is a traitor.
Perhaps it was simply arrogance. Perhaps it was all part of his grand scheme. Who can know the logic of a Daedric prince?
Claims it fulfills a prophecy in those wretched scrolls of his.
Imagine seeing your nemesis succeed where you failed.
Let the way be opened!
I am patient.
let the will of Moloch Baal be denied.
This world will one day be mine.
Somerset's days of isolation are over. You ought to visit someday. You'll
Are you then? Tag along in my skiff if you'd like. Though I suppose it depends where you want to go.
So what about you and Litrek, eh?
Litrek's a child, and he smells of pigs.
It's a small island, Svilda. Can't be choosy.
Vardenfell? Well, yes, my ship.
Somerset's days of isolation.
Are you then? Tag along in my...
Ah, you are the one I seek.
Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that could affect the fate of our world. If my benefactor wished to discuss details in the open, why send a messenger? The Sadrino House in Davon's Watch, between Artisans Row and the Market District.
What?
I'd love to get that sword at Redressabani's store.
What's stopping you?
Can't afford it. Maybe someday.
Whoa there. Are you all right? The name's Lyris. I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going to need it. Dead. Must have been the runt of the litter. Keep your weapon ready and stay sharp. This place is full of surprises. Keep moving. There are more Daedra on the way. Let's keep moving.
Don't stop now. Keep moving. More guards are on the way.
Let's get out of here, my friend. The Prophet.
Greetings, listener. Like you, I'm a prisoner in this place. You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you.
Hold a moment. Come here. We need to talk. The Prophet. He's a prisoner here, too. It was very dangerous for him to speak to you, even for a moment. You must think you can help me. Break him out, of course. Believe me, I can use all the help I can get. That blind old man is the only person alive who can help us get back home. These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the Sentinels. Magical constructs created by Molag Bal to guide his vision in Cold Harbor. The Sentinels are connected. If we destroy one, the others will be blinded. With any luck, that will buy us the time. I've no idea. Brute force? We'll find a way. We have to. Be ready for anything. I doubt Molag Bal left the Sentinels on. I'm sure you do. And I'll answer them as best I can. He's a strange one, no doubt about it. But he's the wisest man I've... You're obviously not in Tamriel anymore. Think of the most miserable, depressing place you've ever been in your life. That's paradise compared to Cold Harbor. I don't know. Once we rescue the Prophet, he can tell you about the gods and the ways of oblivion. I don't understand. A man named Menemarco. His worm cult is doing some kind of ritual back in Tamriel. They sacrificed you and everyone in this prison to the Daedric Prince Molag Bal. After you died, whatever was left showed up here. They call you the Soul Shriven. It means you're a slave and you'll spend the rest of eternity here in Cold Harbor, working under the lash of the Daedra. Unless, of course... No, I wasn't sacrificed. The Prophet and I were brought here... conventionally, if that makes any sense. But we're prisoners here. It won't be easy. The place is watched by magical constructs called Sentinels. We won't stand a chance unless we can blind them. I'll tell you more when we get there. And we'll never get there if we don't get moving. We should keep moving.